seemed impossible became possible. And I want you to have that same hope, that same dream, and that same understanding that the only difference between impossible is a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, a little bit of don't quit. Because you know, it was completely impossible, or everyone thought the earth was flat until it wasn't. We couldn't fly until we did. You couldn't walk on the moon until we did. The internet couldn't possibly communicate with the world until it did. Artificial intelligence would not impact our lives until it is. All of these things were impossible and they became possible. All that you want is impossible, which will become possible if you don't give up. If you don't get distracted, if you don't look here or look there, or say his product is this, or her product is that, or her marketing plan does this. Stay focused. In my journey in Forever, I was asked a couple times on that journey to try something different. But my sweet wife, who I worship, said, stay focused. Never let go. Stay focused. Do the very best you can every single day, and it's going to work out. And it will for you, I promise you. I will never, ever stop trying for you. You know, this reminds me of a story, actually. Have you got time? Is it okay? Is that all right? Yes or no? Any Bulgarians here today? Yeah? Is it right in Bulgaria? Yes? No. Look, you can't even tell me. This is going to be an interesting conversation. Yes? Or no? Look, this is unbelievable. They're all doing something completely different. I wish you could see this. This is impossible. In Bulgaria, this is yes, this is no. Really? Can you believe that? So when you go to do anything in Bulgaria, you walk up and you tell a story and everyone's going, your heart drops, you think your flies are up there, you know? Okay, so this story starts out in the 1950s. And up until the records were started, and up to about the 1954-ish, to run a mile in less than 4 minutes was 100% proven physiologically impossible. Doctors, smart people said it is impossible for the human body to propel itself at enough speed for enough length of time to achieve a 4-minute mile, a sub 4-minute mile. And I'm fascinated by that. Because Roger Bannister, we all know, decided, everyone tells me it's impossible. Everyone tells me I will die. Everyone tells me my body is not capable of it. But bollocks to that, I'm going to try anyway. There was just something about that that inspires me. Is that I'm going to give it a go anyway. Then so he practiced, he trained. He changed his training around and said, I'm going to run for 30 minutes every day and that's it. Which led up to May 6, 1954. And in Iffley Road in Oxford, England, it was a windy day. He said, I'm going to do it today. He got some pace runners with him, and they started the run. The first round, it's 4 times around the track. The first time was 58 minutes. The second time, 58 seconds. And as he got closer and closer to the finishing line, he just drove on past the point of death. They told him he would die if he tried. And he continued to fight and push and use his training and never give up and keep pushing and keep driving until finally he crossed the finishing line and he was still alive, by the way. Just think about this. Never been done before, completely 100% physiologically impossible, yet with my own eyes, I'm seeing that it was possible. He broke the 4-minute mile in 3 minutes, 59.4 seconds. The mythical, magical barrier of the 4-minute mile was broken. Which is wonderful, but that's not what I'm so fascinated about. I'm fascinated about what happened next. What happened next is the power of human nature. Because John Landy, at the same time, was in New Zealand trying everything he could to beat the 4-minute mile. His fastest time before May 6th was 4 minutes and 2 seconds. Never got closer. Until, how long do you think it took Roger Landy to beat Roger Bannister's record? Now remember, no one did it for hundreds of years. Roger Bannister beats it. How long before John Landy did it? 1 day? Pretty quick. 1 week? Hundreds of years. 1 year? 6 weeks. 6 weeks later, he broke the barrier. Was it because his legs were stronger? His heart was bigger? His arms were better? No. It's because his mind suddenly realized what was impossible is now possible. Boom, no problem. 2 months after that, John Landy and Roger Bannister ran in the same race, and both of them run faster than the 4-minute mile. Now, thousands and thousands and thousands of people run faster than the 4-minute mile. I want you to think right now, what is your 4-minute mile? Because honestly, I remember a day when we first started Forever, when to become a diamond manager was nearly impossible. And now we see diamond managers all over the world. Because somebody stood up and said, I'm going to do it. In fact, I've witnessed so many of these moments in Forever where people have told me it's impossible to do this. And like I've said before, when you meet that person who says, you've all met this person, some of you are married to them or related to them, the person who say, hey, I've got this new business opportunity, and this new opportunity, I've got a great product, and they stop and they say something along the lines of, that sounds like a scam to me. Because my brothers, uncles, cousins, sisters, aunts, brothers, cousins, brother, friend told me it's a scam. And in our minds and our hearts, we stand there and we say, and we give up. And it becomes impossible. Rex was never like that. Rex was the only Diamond Centurion manager in Forever for all that time. But I have a really good feeling that we're going to see more Diamond Centurions really soon. I just have that feeling. So I'm really excited to tell you that we've had to change the marketing plan just a little bit. Because we can't have people getting to the top, can we? We got to just push it out just a little bit. So check this out. All right, welcome to the brand new Platinum Diamond. So the way this is going to work, sapphire, diamond, double diamond, triple diamond, diamond centurion. Right now here, platinum diamond, 125, like the pin. Beautiful, huh? Platinum double diamond, platinum triple diamond, 175 frontline managers. What do you think of that pin? Is it cool? It's beautiful, huh? Okay, here's the question. Possible or impossible?
Possible.
Really? You really believe that? Well, go ahead and prove it. I will wait. Of course it's possible. The only difference between here and there is time and hard work and effort, not quitting. And guess what? The minute somebody becomes our first platinum diamond manager, there'll be another one right behind them. And another one, because someone has to always break the barrier. Are you going to be the barrier breaker? Yeah. The only question that we have is whose name is going to go on that award. It's going to happen, so much so we've ordered the pins. Where the pins are being made right now. Now that also applies to volume levels, right? The highest level qualifier we have right now is 25K. Well, that's not enough. Because we have people that are going to be hitting 30.
Wow.
Can you imagine 30,000 case credits? You will meet a fantastic FBO from Japan who in 1 month, I'm going to stop here for effect, she did 8,500 case credits in 1 month. Listen, she qualified for the GLT in 1 month. So we have to put new levels, and this is a new thing. And some of you are saying, I can never do that. Well, don't say that. That's the whole essence of forever. The essence of forever is we don't say that. We say, I'm not there yet. That's what we say, because you're champions. The very fact that in Bali and we're paid the bill, we love to do that, is that you've won. Okay, so we got other levels, 30,000. These are going to hit the company policy pretty quick. We're going to put in place a 100,000 case credit level. Why would we do that? To waste time and ink and effort? No. Because I tell you, it won't be long before we have 2 or 3 people in the world doing 50,000 case credits a year. We totally believe that. You will prove that it is possible and not impossible.
Yes. How
cool is that? I want you to think for a second what you would do in your life if you're doing about 8,000 case credits a month. Can you imagine that, Neve? It was rock and roll, wouldn't it? It's amazing. And Hunami said she had a really busy December, as you all do, getting things ready to your qualifications. She said, I'm going to have a rest in January, and did 4,500 cases. She said, I better get back to work, did about 5,800 cases in February. It's all right, huh? 5,800 cases. All of this, and we've seen a lot of change in forever over the last little while. Some people say that to me sometimes, they say, there's been a lot of change since Rex passed away. And if you really knew Rex was driving change constantly. If you worked there next to him, it was unbelievable. And we are going to continue to change. We're going to continue to adapt to the new environment we find ourselves in, into this digital world, into a world where we communicate a lot more on our phones than we do face-to-face. We're going to be making changes and adaptations to make that work positively for us. We've got to make some changes in company policy and expectations. We can't show check amounts on the stage anymore. Disappointing? It's okay. We'll adapt and move on. There'll be changes in policies that sometimes affect us, good and bad. It's okay. We're going to move on. But here's some things that will not change. I spent half of my life with Greg and Rex. For 27 years of my life, I've traveled the world with them. I've been to your countries. In some cases, I've been to your homes. And this, I promise you, is that we understand and know what matters most. And that will never change. The principles of forever will never change. The fundamentals will never change. The tapestry, the fibers that make up this wonderful tapestry, which is forever, will never change. Because that's hardwired. That's who we are. We care about you and your experience. We will do everything we can to make you succeed. And that, I promise, will never change. You know, my friends, you only get one crack at this life. You know, the kids say YOLO, right? You only live once. So maximize it. I said to some friends as I came in, and I said, please do me a favor, don't sleep when you're in Bali. Sleep when you're home. Maximize this opportunity. Maximize everything you do in life. Feel every moment. Life is joyous, it is wonderful, and it is optimistic, and it is great. And anything that takes away from that, I want you to throw it out. If you're scrolling through the news, guess what? It's going to piss you off. No doubt whatsoever, so why do it? If you're with people that want to take your energy from you, move away, go somewhere else. This life is a wonderful opportunity to surround ourselves with people that are like-minded. We need to live intentionally. We need to live what I like to call a forever life. That's a life of hope, optimism, serving and helping each other. That's what we do. That's our brand, which will never change. Somebody in this room is going to be the person that starts to break some of our mythical barriers. Somebody in this room is going to be the one that is going to blast through the platinum diamond levels. Somebody in this room is going to get 50,000 case credit qualifier one day. Absolutely, a 100% guarantee. I don't know who it is. If I did, I'd let you know. But please, please, please make sure that you have a really good try at it. That you never quit trying, because one of you is going to do it first. And right behind them are all the others. That's what's so wonderful about being part of Forever. From 1,500 case credits, where are you going to go? From 2,500 case credits, where are you going to go? From 3,500 case credits, because I'm pleased to announce a brand new recognition level of 3,500 case credits. So going from 2,500 to 5,000, we're going to give you a little rest stop in the middle. We're going to add some joy when it comes to the rally at 3,500 cases. So that's a level. I know you won't be asking me, God, it's a long way from 2,500 to 5,000. So guess what? We're now going to start recognizing 3,500 case levels in it. From 5,000 case credits, where are you going to go? From 7,500 case credits, where are you going to go? From 10,000 case credits, where are you going to go? Plan it out. Have it ready. The next level is not impossible. It is difficult. And it will challenge you, and it will stretch you, and it'll ask a lot of questions that right now you might not have the answers to. But my gosh, isn't it worth trying? 27 years ago, I sat in a chair and I just said, I'm going to do everything I can, as best as I can, every single day. And I was lucky enough that I joined the greatest company in the world, without any doubt. Now, I want to just tell you a couple more stories. I know I'm probably over time. In fact, yeah, I've got 24 seconds left, apparently. This is going to be a quick story. Okay. Show me that next slide. You guys know this guy, right? Yeah. You seen him on the best video in the whole world? Yeah. His name's Ricardo. Ricardo. He works in our aloe filleting down in Dominican Republic. Wonderful man. This man is Ruben. Okay. Ruben right now is the #1 aloe filleter in the world. Right? Not long ago, Ricardo was #1. Ruben becomes #1, and what does Ricardo do? In the real world, not the forever world, Ricardo would have gone into Ruben's locker, broke his knife, beat up his motorbike, took his cat, tried to do everything he can to make sure that Ruben didn't succeed. Yes or no? Guess what these guys did? These guys said to their boss, they said, hey, what we'd love is if we can face each other every day. And we want to work facing each other. Because he's a champion. And I want to be a champion like him. And they encourage each other all day. They tease each other, they work. And why do they do that? Because they get a great salary, they get benefits, they get looked after. Plus, they get a bonus by how much filleting they do. So instead of saying, oh, I hate this, I'm looking forward to my break, they said, guess what? We're going to teach each other how to be better. We're going to work out a system that cuts the fastest and the most heaviest aloe, the most dense aloe. We're going to do as best we can, and we're going to do it together. I'm going to force each other to be successful. Can you be like Ricardo and Ruben? Isn't that better than looking at someone in your cross line or up line or down line and saying, no, she did it wrong. She didn't do it the right way. Oh, she did it on the internet. She did it over here. She did it over here. Why not stand across and say, come on, you can do this? Can you imagine the energy of the room if we all did that? If you're fighting with your upline or fighting with your downline, fix it. Stop it. It is a complete waste of time. Of course you're not going to agree with each other all the time. Do you think the executive committee goes in and says, oh, no. But we love each other. We care for each other. And we say, hey, Gary, Garen, Rhonda, Greg, will you stand across from me? Will you help me be better? Will you be the rival I need you to be? That's the magic of what we do. These guys said, hey, it's not impossible to be the best that we can be. Who has the nicest motorbike in the village? Who has the nicest watch? Who has the prettiest girls? Ricardo and Ruben, I can guarantee it. It's a thrill to be here with you. It just is. I guess the only question that I have for you as I close is whose name is going on those plaques? Whose name is going to be 10,000, 12,500, etc., etc.? Whose name? Really? Is that it? Just one person? That's okay. We can work with just one person. Whose name, really? There's a couple more over here that are going to help you. Who's the Rubens and the Ricardos in the room? I'm humbled and I'm honored and I'm thrilled to be your president. And I will never let you down. We may say no sometimes, but we will always be fighting on your behalf. We believe in you. We honestly trust you. And we know that you are the greatest forever business owners in the world. We love you and we thank you and we wish you the very best. Have a wonderful rally. We love you. Have fun. Thank you so very, very much. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the President Aidan. And now, please welcome your MC for this evening, Executive Vice President Gary.